Well, hello everybody. My name is Marcia, and today we are together to talk about something really fun. Self-doubt. It plagues us. It really does. It's that little nagging voice that keeps us from being in the radiance of our soul, of our destiny. We are really sent here to be happy. Happiness is our birthright. And I think the word happiness has become sort of plastic and valueless. But happiness is the ability to live in your true nature, to embody what is going on around you, and to know that it is a reflection of the wholeness and perfection of who you are. But there becomes a problem if we don't feel whole or perfected. And this is the story of all of humanity. You know, I always love to think of this story about the Buddha. And the story of the Buddha is that Siddhartha was his name, sat under the Bodhi tree to attain enlightenment. And as he was sitting there, Mira came with all the things that would shake you out of your peace and shake you off your path and keep enlightenment from you. So she tempted him with desire and hatred and jealousy and greed. And because he was so in tune with his authentic light, those distractions fell like flowers at his feet. He was not wavered from his goal of attaining peace and happiness. But then Mira was very frustrated. It's like, you know what? This works every time. Why isn't this working? She was, I know just what I'll do. I will go after Siddhartha, the Buddha, with self-doubt. And just like that, the tides were turned. She looked at the Buddha and said, who do you think you are to have happiness? Who do you think you are to be enlightened? Who do you think you are? And isn't that the one that makes us cringe, right? Well, even the Buddha couldn't handle it. It was like, it shook him to the core. It's like, who do I think I am? And you know what he did? He laid his hands on the earth. And he connected to what was real. And he asked for the earth to mirror to him who he is. And the earth did that. You know, you're a creature of the earth. You're like the lions and the butterfly. You're like Mount Everest and the Grand Canyon. You belong here. And you are entitled to happiness, enlightenment. And as he felt the security and his belongingness on the earth, those temptations and Mira's effort to sway him out of his enlightenment and his joy was defeated. And that's what we all need to do. We need to do whatever it takes to defeat self-doubt. Self-doubt will tell us, you know what, you don't deserve to have everything. And I'm that girl who really would have gotten that, you know, like I have the typical story of the person that doesn't have a happy marriage and doesn't have a successful career. And that is, my father, I was in an affair with my mom. My mom had an affair and the guy had already children, abandoned us. He didn't want to be a father, right? Lots of abandonment and fun colors in my childhood. And then I sedated myself with alcohol and drugs so that I could get through. And I maintained this drug and alcohol facade and way of managing my energy for quite a long time. My first marriage was like, we should have been on a poster. This is as bad as it can get. There was the cheating and the alcoholism and the lies and the stealing. And most people, because I was around a lot of women at the time that went through a divorce, most people at that point are like, you know, I'm screwed. Bad things always happen to me. And in a way, that's just self-doubt. You're just adding up some facts and deciding that's who you are. So I just had this thing inside me and was like, no, that will not be true. And I went, that will not be true. So what am I going to do about that? How am I going to transcend my story? I had to become bigger than the facts. So the facts were, I had to become bigger than the facts. And here's the thing. The fact that is most important is we are all perfect and beautiful and unique and made just the way we should be. So my story was the perfect drama to create a happy, blissful life. Today, I enjoy a happy marriage of 22 years. I'm living the love and the job that I've always wanted to. But I had to find some way of transcending my negativity and my self-doubt that would say, who are you to deserve a happy marriage? You know, your mom certainly didn't have one. Your first attempt was a disaster. Who are you? Well, who I am is a child of the universe. Who I am is a citizen of this earth. And who I am is mirroring what is wonderful and great. So here's the thing. We have to actually have something we can do. It's not enough to talk about, well, how do you do it? So one of the things that came along in my life a long time ago was yoga and meditation. And the thing that stood out to me was in yoga, there's this thing called mantra. Right? So it could be Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And I say that jokingly, but actually just doing that centered me. But mantra is in anything that we repeat, especially if we repeat it in a tone, right? So it could be that I am chanting to myself something like, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, by giving it a tone and repeating, repeating, repeating. Eventually, the vibration of those words starts to saturate. So it's different than, hear the difference, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, right? It's good, but it's not vibrating in a frequency that will change you as much. It will, some. But when we say it, it feels a lot more like mental. But when we go, I am so blessed, or all you need is love, love, love is all you need. And what if you just did that? Love is all you need, love is all you need. Remember, the Beatles did it at the end of the record? Love is all you need. It works. Adding a tone to it. The first thing you have to do is get over the way you sound. You sound perfectly. And here's the thing. You got to learn to accept it. Accept the way you sound, because that is the voice that talks to you in your head. That's the voice that's going to come through and give you the idea of a lifetime for your business, or the words to say so that loved one knows how deeply you care. It's the voice inside. The voice of God is not like Yul Brenner. It's you. It's you. So we know in all these ancient sciences that it is vibration that creates life. So many holy texts, in the beginning was the Word. It's more than just word. It is vibration. It's frequency. So try it. Let's try it together, everybody. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Just that part. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Right? Take a deep breath. Just feel that vibration. Love is all you need. Hold your breath. Just a moment. Now, we're going to make a sound that's called a sigh. Let's do it. Ah. Breathe into love is all you need. Inhale, love is all you need. Hold that breath, and now we're going to sigh and exhale anything that is not love. Are you ready? All together, big sigh. Ah. Feel how you feel right now. If you were at all uptight or distracted or not interested, feel how you have just come into alignment with the moment that is. So, happiness is your birthright. And who do you think you are? You are a creator of your life. And the vibration that you are constantly repeating is what is showing up around your life. Now, we've heard that before. So what I'm adding is not just the words, not just an affirmation, but we're going to change it into what we would call a chant. Replacing the negative story with love is all you need, or I am so blessed, or you are so beautiful. Just allowing yourself to vibrate higher, to leverage your frequency higher than maybe you find yourself in the daily thought routine. By making this your practice and consciously breathing and holding the vibration for a moment and let go of anything that's not. We are just like the Buddha. And every great person that made a huge difference in our world was combated by those around them that said, you're crazy. You know, the biggest changes in life were not done by people who played by the rules, or people that had a great life and just knew that life would get. It was the ones that were broken, but heard that song, that beat to a different drum that told them, do it anyway. You know, change is made by a small group of people with a radical opinion. And it doesn't matter if the whole agrees, because their opinion is so attuned to love and happiness and changing this life that they succeed by staying in the vibration. Chanting will help you stay in the vibration. Chanting will leverage your energy each day higher until one day you vibrating in a frequency that is no longer enamored by self-doubt and is certain that happiness is here because it's our birthright and we are living in it now.